Our closing remarks this evening will be given by Sid Suratia. Where are you, Sid? Come on up. Sid was the founder and captain of Rockwood's own Ultimate Frisbee team, the co-captain of Marquette's Baryon's robotic team, the vice president of Marquette's National Honor Society, and the president of Marquette's Future Business Leaders of America chapter. In his free time, he loves hiking, running, and exploring the outdoors. He's also an avid photographer and will be attending Georgia Tech in Atlanta and will be studying aerospace engineering. Class of 2022, your closing speaker, Sid Suratia.
Class of 2022, we did it. We're here and we're graduating. Now, this award ceremony, the 2.5 hours may have felt like ages, but these last 4 years absolutely flew by. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start with this. Our beloved Chromebooks. Do you guys remember the excitement of getting the first one? It might have been middle school or freshman year. And I was like, dang, we're actually gonna be getting our own laptops. I was mostly surprised because most teachers wouldn't trust us with the paperclip, let alone entire web surfing, video game playing, and essay writing machine. These Chromebooks have been with us for over 4 years, and they've seen it all. From cool math games in the back of honors bio to late nights studying physics and chemistry. That little screen has seen our faces change and our characters develop. They too, like us, have been cracked and scratched up. From COVID-19 to the losses of close loved ones, we too have had our scratches and imperfections. They've aged, gotten fixed up, and continued to further our education. Just like we've aged, fixed ourselves up, and kept going. But the most important and interesting thing to me about these little devices was their wallpapers. Everyone's different wallpapers. Landscapes, friends, families, colors, an ideal world trapped in these plastic borders. I would spot the Rockwood tree, mountains and rivers. I would often lose myself in these worlds during boring history lessons. And I would always discover myself uncovering the world through them. As the years passed, I came upon a question. Why are such pristine and dreamy landscapes the backdrop of a student working late into the night to secure the A? Or a student finishing that last homework assignment before that notorious Canvas 11:59 p.m. deadline? Well, for me, that answer was for aspiration and for hope. Wallpapers simply gave me a place to adventure on into the future, a better, more vivid, and beautiful place. Speaking of adventure, I call myself an adventure junkie, but my friends tend to pronounce that as mentally insane. I would always be bugging them to go on another early morning run or early morning hike and telling them 1 more mile when there's actually 7.2 left. They all love me. Last summer, I started working at a local outdoor gear shop, the Alpine shop right down the road. I met rock climbers, individuals summiting peaks across the world, and people just aiming to get out there and explore. Ski trips, expeditions, scouts, and families planning their vacations. You name them, I met them. Every conversation would be an adventure in itself. And every time I sat down next to a new student in a new class, I felt the same way, a new adventure. Most people hated assigned seating, but often the most memorable conversations I've had are those with the peers that I've never met before. So teachers, thank you for the assigned seating. An inherent attribute of adventure is its unpredictability. It has its highs and its lows. And life, as cheesy as it sounds, is an adventure. And we've been on a wild one. Our class of 2022 has had its fair shares of lows. But having the lows or make the highs even higher. Take COVID and online school, for example. We took so much for granted. From seeing our friends and family to hugging, handshakes, and just hanging out, we lost all of it. Now with us coming back to normal, we're cherishing it more than ever. And we have to make the most of what we're experiencing right now, as you never know what can all be taken away from us. As our class, the one that went through it all, from silly bands in elementary school to fidget spinners in middle school and all the way to a global pandemic in high school, we've got a lot under our belts. Now, this brings me back to this, my Chromebook. Over COVID, every single day, as I saw the sun setting, I would shut it. I would hop on my bike and ride over to CCL next door. No matter the weather, it was my mental break, my escape, my little adventure that kept me grounded. Seeing a new face, a new animal, or getting chased by a different bug, it kept virtual school interesting. I came up on the saying, an adventure a day keeps the doctor away. Now, we all have big dreams and goals we are working towards, yet sometimes we overlook these little adventures and leaps we can take every day. From sparking a conversation with a neighbor, saying good morning to Dr. Hankins at the door, or simply waving to an old teacher. These little conversations, or little adventures as I call them, are what keep life interesting. After all, it's our responsibility to keep life fun, it's our responsibility to keep life going, and it's our responsibility to take small steps toward the life that we want to live. As we step into this new chapter in our lives, it's our time and our responsibility to close that Chromebook, to take a deep breath and to look up, to look ahead at the lives we have in front of us. We're all sick and tired of using Canvas, so instead, let's make the world our canvas. It's time to start making our own wallpapers, and our whole lives, much like our identities, have been these curated wallpapers from teachers, parents, and peers' opinions, but now we're finally unbounded. We have an endless array of trails and paths to etch our lives along, and for some of us, entirely new trails to blaze. We're not restricted to that 10 by 6-inch LCD screen in front of us anymore. We have the world in front of us and wallpapers to create, collect, and cherish. Never stop conversing with those around you and never stop exploring. So, class of 2022, let's get out there, explore, and craft some wallpapers for ourselves. Thank you. Oh, hey, and one more thing. Class of 2022, let's make one last wallpaper together. Everyone get in. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you so much.
You're good. You're good. Thank you, Sid.